Have you ever watched someone you love fight a battle inside their own mind? A battle no one else can see. A war between fear and logic, between reassurance and endless doubt? That's the daily life of someone with OCD. OCD, Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, is one of the most misunderstood mental health conditions in the world. People often think it's just about being neat, organized, or quirky. But for millions, it's a living nightmare of unwanted thoughts and rituals that take over their life. In this video, we're not just talking about OCD. We're exploring something deeper, how the love of family and friends can become a powerful healing force. Because in a world where OCD whispers fear, it's love that speaks the loudest. So, if you're someone struggling with OCD, or if you're someone who loves them, this story is for you. Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, or OCD, is a mental health condition marked by recurring, intrusive thoughts, obsessions, and repetitive actions, compulsions. These thoughts are not just random worries, they are intense, anxiety-filled, and often disturbing. The compulsions are rituals a person performs to try to reduce the fear, but the relief is temporary, creating a painful cycle. Unlike common myths, OCD isn't about liking things tidy or perfect. It's about being trapped in a loop that feels impossible to break. Someone might wash their hands 50 times a day, not because they want to, but because their brain is telling them something bad will happen if they don't. Living with OCD is exhausting. It affects school, work, relationships, and even self-worth. But understanding this condition is the first step toward healing, not just for the person suffering, but for the people who love them. Recognizing the impact of OCD on daily life. OCD can consume hours of a person's day and can severely impact their ability to function normally. It may affect relationships, work, and overall well-being. Individuals may find themselves withdrawing from social situations, feeling embarrassed or ashamed of their rituals. Simple tasks like getting out of bed, going to work, or maintaining hygiene can feel overwhelming due to the constant urge to perform compulsions. The relentless nature of OCD can make someone feel like they're trapped in their own mind, isolated from others. This isolation often leads to depression, as sufferers feel hopeless and unable to control their thoughts and behaviors. The power of social support in overcoming OCD. Recovery from OCD is not an isolated process. While therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and exposure and response prevention, ERP, is essential, the role of family and friends cannot be overstated. Support from loved ones is often what helps keep individuals motivated to continue their treatment and persist through the toughest moments of their journey. A support system that listens without judgment, provides encouragement, and is educated about the condition can be the difference between feeling alone and feeling understood. This support can reduce the emotional toll that OCD takes, providing a sense of connection and reassurance. The crucial role of emotional support. OCD is often misunderstood, both by the person suffering and by those around them. Individuals may feel intense guilt and shame, believing they are weak or crazy for not being able to control their thoughts or compulsions. This emotional burden can exacerbate their symptoms, trapping them in a cycle of self-criticism. Having family and friends who offer emotional support without criticism is vital. It's not about offering solutions or fixing the problem, but simply being there, showing love, and validating the individual's struggles. Knowing that they are not alone in their battle against OCD can bring immense comfort and help alleviate feelings of isolation. Why education is key. For family members, understanding OCD is the first and most important step in providing support. OCD is not a simple habit or quirk. It's a debilitating mental health condition that requires patience, empathy, and understanding. Families need to learn about the nature of OCD, how it manifests, and what they can do to help. This knowledge helps avoid frustration and prevents unhelpful actions, such as trying to reassure the person or minimizing their fears. When families understand the science behind OCD, they are better equipped to navigate the challenges that come with the disorder. This could involve recognizing when reassurance is being offered in excess or when the individual is struggling with anxiety that needs to be managed in healthy ways. The role of parents in the recovery process. Parents often find themselves on the front lines of supporting a child with OCD. Initially, parents may feel confused or even overwhelmed by the disorder's complexity. They might struggle with feelings of guilt or fear, not knowing how to help their child. It's essential for parents to approach the situation with empathy, understanding that OCD is not the child's fault. By remaining calm and supportive, parents can create a safe space for their children to talk about their struggles, making it easier to seek treatment and work through the recovery process together. Parents should avoid reacting with anger or frustration when their child is performing rituals, as this can intensify feelings of shame and anxiety. Instead, focusing on the long-term goals of recovery and offering gentle encouragement helps build resilience. Creating a supportive home environment. One of the most crucial ways families can support their loved one is by fostering a home environment that is calming and non-judgmental. A home that is full of understanding and compassion gives the person with OCD the emotional stability they need to face their daily challenges. Avoiding triggers that could exacerbate compulsions, such as cleanliness rituals or the need for excessive reassurance, helps minimize stress. For example, instead of offering constant reassurance, family members can encourage their loved one to engage in relaxation techniques like deep breathing or mindfulness to manage anxiety. These small, intentional changes can provide a significant difference in someone's ability to cope with the challenges of OCD. Supporting daily life with patience. While families can't directly control the symptoms of OCD, they can help reduce the daily stress that often accompanies it. Offering gentle reminders to stay on track with therapy, encouraging self-compassion, and celebrating small victories in the recovery process are all essential strategies. Over time, the individual can learn to navigate their rituals and anxieties with increased self-awareness and resilience, with their family's support. ERP, confronting the fear and breaking the cycle. Exposure and response prevention. ERP is a specialized form of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, that has proven highly effective for treating OCD. ERP involves exposing the individual to the things that trigger their obsessions, but instead of engaging in the compulsion, they are encouraged to resist the urge. This gradual exposure helps reduce the anxiety linked to the obsession, ultimately leading to desensitization over time. However, ERP is not easy, and the process can be daunting. Family members can play a crucial role in supporting their loved one as they go through this process. Rather than trying to fix the situation or intervene, loved ones can offer their encouragement, remind them of their progress, and reinforce their efforts in facing fears head-on. Family as partners in therapy. Family involvement in therapy is also essential for success. They can play an active role in encouraging their loved one to engage in ERP, assist in setting up exposure exercises, and provide feedback during the process. Having family members who are involved in therapy helps create consistency between home and therapeutic settings, reinforcing recovery strategies. Why friends are a critical source of support. In some cases, friends may be more accessible than family members, especially if the individual feels more comfortable confiding in them. Friends can offer a non-judgmental ear and help provide the emotional support needed during tough moments. Having a friend who is willing to be there for the person without demanding explanations or offering unsolicited advice can make all the difference. For example, if a person with OCD feels overwhelmed by intrusive thoughts, a friend might offer a distraction or invite them to do something enjoyable together, which can serve as a temporary relief from anxiety. Examples of friend-based support. A friend's support might come in the form of simply being present during tough moments or offering a safe space where the individual with OCD can express their feelings without fear of judgment. They can also help by encouraging their friend to stick with therapy or assisting with self-care practices. Most importantly, they show that they are there for their friend no matter what. Real-life stories. Inspirational case studies. James's journey with his mother. James's story is one of growth and healing. As a teenager struggling with OCD, his condition worsened and his behavior became more disruptive. His mother, initially confused and frustrated, soon realized that her son needed more than just a stern response. She began to educate herself on OCD, attended therapy sessions with James, and learned how to provide non-judgmental support. Over time, James to feel safe in expressing his fears, which helped him regain control over his compulsions. Elsa's story. Finding friendship and hope. Elsa had always felt isolated due to her OCD. She withdrew from her friends and family because she feared judgment and rejection. However, when a compassionate classmate reached out to her, offering a simple, non-judgmental presence, Elsa began to feel seen and understood. This friend didn't force Elsa to talk about her struggles, but instead created a space where Elsa could heal. With this unwavering support, Elsa sought therapy and began her recovery journey. Sam and his partner, a journey of unconditional support. Sam's story shows the power of unconditional love and patience. His partner supported him through the ups and downs of OCD recovery, never rushing him or demanding a quick fix. Through this steadfast partnership, Sam felt encouraged to stick with his therapy and gradually learn to manage his symptoms. Building a support community for OCD. Creating a network of understanding. Community support is an integral part of the OCD recovery journey. Whether in person or online, joining support groups can provide a sense of solidarity and shared experience. These groups are spaces where people can find others who truly understand their struggles, share coping strategies, and receive encouragement. The power of shared experiences. In these communities, individuals can find hope by seeing others who have walked similar paths. They can offer advice, share personal stories of triumph, and provide emotional support during the most difficult times. The shared understanding of OCD allows people to feel less isolated and more empowered to continue their recovery. The journey of recovery from OCD is not an easy or quick one. It is often long, filled with ups and downs, but it is not a journey that has to be faced alone. Whether you are someone struggling with OCD, a family member, or a friend, the most important thing is to remember that healing is possible, and it starts with understanding, compassion, and unwavering support. Throughout this journey, the presence of loved ones, family, friends, and support networks can serve as a pillar of strength. Recovery doesn't happen in a vacuum, it happens in community. The journey of healing is not just about battling the thoughts and compulsions alone, but about reaching out, asking for help, and leaning on those who care. As we close this chapter, remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Each moment of support, each word of encouragement, and every act of love contributes to the powerful process of healing. For those struggling with OCD, recovery is not an endpoint but a journey, and that journey is filled with the potential for growth, change, and ultimately, freedom. If you're someone who is facing OCD, know that you're not alone. Your family and friends, when educated and willing, can walk with you through the hardest moments. If you're a family member or friend of someone with OCD, your understanding and support can make a world of difference. Together, you can help create an environment where healing becomes not just a possibility, but a reality. Education is essential for both individuals with OCD and their loved ones. Understanding the disorder is the first step toward providing meaningful support. Emotional support is critical. Unconditional love, patience, and compassion are the bedrock upon which recovery can be built. Families and friends provide not just support, but a sense of safety and reassurance. Therapy is the foundation. ERP and CBT are proven treatment strategies, and family involvement in this process can significantly enhance the individual's progress. Community makes a difference. Whether through online support groups or in-person communities, sharing experiences and learning from others is key to overcoming isolation. Progress takes time. Recovery is a slow and steady journey. Each small victory deserves celebration, as it signifies growth, resilience, and hope. To anyone currently struggling with OCD or supporting someone who is, take a moment to acknowledge the strength it takes to confront this disorder daily. The road to healing is not linear, but with the right support system, it becomes a shared experience, and that's where true transformation happens. This video was created to offer not just understanding, but also hope. If you are on the journey to recovery, know that there is a community of people who care, who understand, and who are here for you. Healing is possible, and it often begins with the simple act of reaching out. Special thanks to everyone who shared their personal stories for this documentary. Your bravery and willingness to help others is an inspiration. If you or someone you know is struggling with OCD, please remember that help is available. Don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist or support group today. For more resources on OCD and mental health, visit the links below. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your support helps spread awareness about OCD and mental health recovery. Let's continue to break the stigma and build a world where healing is accessible for everyone. Thank you for watching, and remember, no one has to face their battles alone.